Chapter 3. Master Zhongli's Three Conditions. Dongbin, feeling that he had mastered his skills after years of practice, wanted to descend from the mountains to enlighten others. Master Zhongli imposed three conditions that Dongbin had to agree to before leaving. 1. He must not cause trouble with any monks in the central plains. 2. He must return with the treasured sword he takes with him and must not lose it. 3. He must return after a period of 3 years. Dongbin readily agreed, and riding on a cloud, he set off towards the central plains. Upon arriving in the central plains, Dongbin began searching for someone destined to attain the Tao. However, after a full year of searching, he still hadn't found anyone. At this point, he furrowed his brows and came up with an idea. He remembered his master's words, "When you look from the summit of Taoism, if you see purple clouds, it indicates the presence of dukes and kings. If you see black clouds, there are mountain demons and water spirits. And if you see green clouds, there is someone destined to attain immortality." So, Dongbin went to a secluded place, shouted "Rise," and ascended to the summit of Taoism on a cloud. He looked around in all directions and saw a column of green clouds rising high into the sky in the distance. Delighted, Dongbin said, "Excellent. There must be someone here destined to become an immortal." He hurriedly set off towards that place on his cloud. After traveling approximately 1,000 miles, he arrived above the location where the green clouds appeared. Not knowing where exactly he was, he called out, "Where is the local earth god?" A gust of wind blew past, and the earth god of that place appeared before him. The earth god was a short and humble figure. He bowed to Dongbin and said, "May I ask what orders the immortal has for this humble deity?" Dongbin asked, "In whose home is this green cloud coming from? Who is the person?" The earth god replied, "It originates from a woman in the Tongchuo Alley of the Hunan Prefecture in Xijing, modern-day Luoyang. Her name is Lady Yin, and she is about 30 years old but has not yet married. Her family has believed in the Tao for generations and has accumulated much hidden virtue. She is a descendant of Yin Kaifeng from the Tang dynasty and is the 7th-generation female descendant." Dongbin said, "Understood, you may go now." Another gust of wind blew, and the earth god disappeared. Dongbin descended on his cloud and transformed into a dirty-looking Taoist. He entered the city and, upon arriving at the entrance of Tongchuo Alley, saw a shop with a sign that read Yin's Candle Shop. Inside the shop stood a woman dressed in Taoist attire, with a trace of green energy visible between her brows. Seeing this, Dongbin silently praised her in his heart. "How fortunate! What I sought so diligently has come effortlessly." He approached and greeted her. The woman was talking to the candle maker and, turning her head, said, "Please wait a moment, sir." Dongbin took a closer look and saw that the woman was full of anger, which greatly disappointed him. Inwardly, he lamented, "What a pity." He then pulled out a piece of paper from his sleeve and turned to leave. Lady Yin saw the Taoist take out a piece of paper from his sleeve and had someone pick it up to read. The paper had 4 lines of verse written on it. "I vowed to enlighten 3,000 souls, but searched the world to find no fated one. With true intent, I came to you today, yet pity, Yin, your bones cannot become immortal." Below the poem, the characters a work by were written. Lady Yin pondered over the 2 characters, and suddenly realized that they formed the character La. She understood at once that the Taoist was Dongbin in disguise. She quickly sent someone to find him, but he was nowhere to be seen. Lady Yin was deeply regretful, lamenting that they had been so close yet did not meet. The 4 lines of verse left by Dongbin stayed with her, lingering in her thoughts. 12 years later, she peacefully passed away. Another year passed without Dongbin finding anyone who could attain immortality. He went to the Taoist peak to observe and saw a horse flying toward him. Upon arrival, a divine messenger dismounted and handed him an invitation, saying, "I bring greetings to the immortal Wang Weishan, who resides on Ma Crossing Street in Dongjing, now Kaifeng, Hunan, though serving as the imperial commander, is sincerely devoted to practicing the true Tao. On the 14th of this month, he is hosting a grand Taoist ceremony at his home, inviting 2,000 Taoist priests to celebrate the birthday of Chunyang Zhenren Dongbin. The immortal is cordially invited to attend." Dongbin accepted the invitation and said, "I've completely forgotten about my own birthday, to the point where it slipped my mind. Thank you for the trouble of bringing me this message." The divine messenger replied, "I first went to Zhongnan Mountain, where Master Zhongli said that the immortal was in the central plains. I then came here specifically to find you and was fortunate to meet you." Dongbin took a celestial fruit from the bamboo basket he carried and offered it to the messenger, who then departed. Dongbin rode a cloud to the skies above Kaifeng city and descended to an uninhabited area outside the city. He transformed into a dirty, scab-covered Taoist and entered the city. Upon reaching Wang Weishan's residence on Ma Crossing Street, he saw banners and decorations everywhere, with great solemnity. In the ceremony, Dongbin observed that Wang Weishan did indeed seem like a genuine practitioner of the Tao, with a slight hint of a greenish aura between his brows. Dongbin thought, although this person isn't yet ready to transcend, I can display a bit of divine power to inspire him, so his dedication to the Tao will not waver, and eventually, he will achieve true immortality. After eating the vegetarian meal, Dongbin received 500 coins and 5 dough of white rice as alms. He told Wang's servants, I am skilled in ink painting. With just a bowl of ink, I can create a painting on a piece of silk without using a brush, to show my gratitude for the meal and alms. The servants reported this to Wang Weishan, who ordered them to bring a piece of silk to Dongbin. Dongbin picked up the ink and splashed it onto the silk, ruining the fine fabric. Seeing this, Wang Weishan said, This man is rude and has mocked me. Seize him immediately. Hearing this, Dongbin turned to leave. As the people chased after him, they saw him transform into a breeze and disappear, leaving behind a sheet of white paper. They picked up the paper and brought it to Wang Weishan, who opened it to find a poem written on it. You seek immortality through Tao, yet do not recognize me when I come. To know my name, look again at the silk painting. Wang Weishan quickly ordered the silk to be retrieved. Upon closer inspection, he was astonished and fell to his knees, bowing towards the sky. It turned out that the silk bore a full-body portrait of Dongbin. Wang Weishan now realized that the scab-covered Taoist was indeed Chenyang Zhenren, Dongbin, who had come to celebrate his birthday. As the saying goes, immortals do not reveal themselves plainly, causing mortals to miss their presence. Regretting his actions, Wang Weishan sent the celestial painting to the imperial palace, where the Empress Dowager had it carefully mounted and stored in the inner court. Wang Weishan relinquished his residence to the court, dismissed his servants, and became a Taoist monk on Wudang Mountain. Many years later, while gathering herbs in the mountains, he encountered Dongbin and was finally able to transcend and become an immortal. With the 3-year deadline approaching and still not having found a suitable person, Dongbin grew increasingly anxious and returned to Taiksu Peak to observe the green aura. He saw a green aura rising from the southern direction and quickly flew towards it. After about 2 hours, he arrived at the source of the green aura. He called out, Where is the mountain god? A gust of wind blew, and the mountain god appeared, wearing a golden helmet, a brocade robe, and holding an axe, looking much more imposing than the earth god. However, upon seeing Dongbin, the mountain god respectfully bowed and asked, What orders does the immortal have for me? Dongbin asked, What place is this below? From whom does this green aura arise? The mountain god reported, Below is the land of Jiangxi, Huanglong Mountain in Huangzhou. At the foot of the mountain lives an old man named Fu Yangshan, who has accumulated many virtues over several lifetimes, resulting in the appearance of this green aura. Dongbin responded, I see. You may withdraw. With a gust of wind, the mountain god dissolved into mist and vanished. Dongbin descended from the clouds to the front of Fu Yangshan's house at the foot of Huanglong Mountain. However, Fu Yangshan was a devout Buddhist and not a follower of Taoism. He pointed out the falsehoods in Taoism, citing how Qin Shi Huang and Emperor Wu of Han were deceived by Taoist alchemists. Dongbin, angered by this, decided to challenge Huanglong Chen Master, whom Fu Yangshan followed. Huanglong Chen Master was a high-ranking Buddhist monk known for his profound teachings and was widely respected. In the temple on Huanglong Mountain, Dongbin and Huanglong Chen Master engaged in a debate of spiritual teachings. Dongbin first challenged Huanglong Chen Master with a profound verse, but the Chen Master responded with even deeper Buddhist principles, leaving Dongbin unable to reply. In this contest, Dongbin's divine sword was sealed to the ground by the Chen Master's Dharma, and he was unable to draw it. Huanglong Chen Master gave Dongbin a verse to meditate on, but Dongbin could not grasp its meaning and was sent to the Kunmo Cliff by the guardian deity, Wei Tuo, to reflect on his actions. However, Dongbin, unwilling to submit, eventually escaped from Kunmo Cliff and went to Zhongnan Mountain to confess to his master. This experience made him realize the wisdom and power of Buddhist monks, leading him to understand the challenges and complexities of the path of cultivation. He found a new balance and understanding between Buddhism and Taoism. Afterward, he focused on his cultivation, not descending from the mountain for several centuries. When his cultivation was complete, he became a supreme immortal on land, recognized as one of the 5 northern patriarchs of the Quanjin school.